So in today's video, I'm going to break down 10 key habits for health that are very, very beneficial for your overall health and wellness. And in particular, if you're looking to manage weight as well. The reason why it's important to adopt healthy habits, it's so you don't actually have to second guess yourself and you make it a part of your daily routine without even having to think about it, and it doesn't become an effort. And when it's effortless, it's easy to do, and then it's easy to maintain. And when it's easy to maintain, then you are very, very less likely to rebound or revert to your old lifestyle habits. These habits that I'm going to go through now are in no particular order. The reason why they're in no particular order is because everyone is unique. You might be doing some of these habits already, and you may not be doing any of them at all. You need to decide what you're already doing well, what you can improve on, and maybe what you might like to start doing. Now, in order to practice habits, the best way for me to guide you on it is get your phone out and set a reminder in your calendar every day, whether it is in the morning or the evening, just the time where it's convenient for you to get a notification or an alarm to remind you of the habit you have decided to practice. You need to practice the habit itself for 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks, doing this habit once per day. And from there, when you have that nailed down, you can look at increasing the intensity of the habit. For example, if we're going to go with having a pan of protein in your meals, if you're starting off with having just 1 meal a day, let's increase it to 2 meals a day, or increase it to all the meals that you have in a day. I hope that makes sense. So start small. Habit stacking is all about building and putting one brick on top of each other. When you feel like there's a time where you can't have all the habits at one time, like you can't prioritize, you don't have the time or whatever like that, you can just reduce on habits. You don't need to just get rid of the whole tower of bricks. Take one brick off, add it back on. Does that make sense? Okay, so now I'm going to break down all the habits and just talk a little bit about what each one means and why it's important. Okay, so the first 1 and 2, eat slowly and stop when you're full. These are very, very important for anyone who is actually trying to manage their weight. Most of this stuff applies to weight management as well as overall wellness. But when you eat slowly and when you stop when you're full, you will never, ever, ever have to second guess if you're overeating. You will never have to count calories. You will never have to track meals. When you nail down eating when your body says it's hungry and stopping when your body says it's full. This can take time and requires a lot of time and patience, because sometimes you might think that you have had enough and then you find that you are hungry again an hour later. So if you're practicing these 2 habits, eating slowly and stopping when you're full, particularly with meals, and you leave food on the plate, don't throw it out to start off with. Look, you probably might want to reheat it in the microwave later on. When we eat slowly, it takes about 20 minutes for our body to register the first bite and getting our hormones to kick in to say, ooh, my hunger, I'm being fed now. It actually takes about 20 minutes for all that to kick in. So if you are eating fast with a plate full of food and you inhale it in one breath and then you feel stuffed afterwards on a regular basis, you are regularly overeating and consuming more than your body needs. So when you're in tune with your hunger and satiety cues, you don't have to worry about it. You will then learn the quantities, how much food will do you until your next meal. You will know when you've overeaten. You will know when you haven't overeaten. And that takes away any sort of emotional attachment, guilt, anxiety, all that kind of stuff. So eat slowly, stop when you're full. It doesn't matter what sort of diet or calorie deficit or anything like that you are on. When you tune into these 2 key habits, you will never, ever, ever have to worry about calorie counting or diets or anything ever again, because that's what you do when to maintain your results, as well as if you're looking to lose weight, eating slowly and stopping when you're full. It's a slow process, but it's a natural process. Your body will change naturally in response to that. Lean palm of protein. Are you getting protein into every meal? Start with one meal at a time. Protein itself, be it even yogurt, Greek yogurt, portion size of it, or meat, or some plant-based that's high quality in protein. It keeps you full for longer, curbs your appetite, curbs your body saying, I want more. It's great for looking after your muscles. It's great for repairing your muscles, especially if you are exercising regularly, because the more muscle we have on our body, the more we can use up our energy without actually having to do anything, as it's called, NEAT. And also, when we have more muscles on our body, it keeps our body strong to extend the length of our independent life. Colorful foods. Are you getting a fist size of vegetables into your meals? So fist size, or 2 handfuls like this. Are you getting that into your meals? Start with one meal at a time again. So it's habit stacking. Starting one meal at a time. Of course, getting plenty of colorful foods into your overall balanced diet of protein, carbohydrates, both starchy and non-starchy, and fats. Getting the colorful foods into your diet gives you the vital micronutrients, your vitamins and your minerals to make everything on the inside work well. Try real food before supplements. If you're looking at your overall diet, you're finding that you are not actually getting a lot of micronutrients into your diet, as in fruit and vegetables, then you can maybe look at supplementing or fish oil as well, specifically with the fat omegas and all that. All right. Healthy fats. Are you using a some size serving of fat in cooking or as an ingredient in your plate? This is where people definitely can fall down on. We need fat to regulate our hormones. All right. So this is a thumb size serving, using my thumb. Generally a teaspoon. So if you're cooking with oil, that would be included in your portion. You don't need to add fat. All right. A lot of people think that avocado is a healthy alternative to breakfast, to a standard breakfast, but avocado itself is fat. Nuts are fat. So just mind your portion sizes, which is actually the next habit, Janie Mac. Just keep mindful of that. So making sure that you are using fat in your meals, in your regular meals, but also a thumb size serving. Watch the serving sizes. All right. So while fat is great for regulating our hormones and in some cases keeping us full as well, it does have a lot of calories. So if you are managing your weight, you need to just be mindful of the portion sizes, which is our next one. Portion size. Palm for protein, fist or 2 for veg, thumb for fat, and a handful for starch. That's for when you are serving food onto your plate. If it's in a packet, look on the label for the serving size. So you might see, say, a bag of boil in the bag rice, and it will say on the box 2 portions. Put out 2 portions. See what that's like. Does that actually match a cupped hand of your hand? Probably doesn't. I know one of those 2 portion bags will do 3 people here in my house. So doesn't match your hand. Might do, might not do. But generally, going by what's on the label, it will tell you how many portions are in that packet. So divide it out and eat slowly and stop when you're full, regardless. Sleep. Sleep is probably the top of my list for wellness, overall wellness. Nothing to do with losing weight, managing weight, or nutrition or anything like that. Sleep. You need a good night's sleep. When we're asleep, our body fixes itself. It resets, it recharges. All the hormones and everything just like do their thing so that we are well the next day, so that we are alert and awake and feel better about ourselves the next day. So ensuring that you get a good night's sleep is very, very, very important. You don't need to be scrolling all night. You don't need to be watching the next episode on Netflix. The most important job that you need to do is make sure that you switch off at the same time every night and get up at the same time every morning to regulate your sleep pattern. Reduce your grazing or snacking. Non-calorie beverages are a good way to suppress the appetite and bridge the gap between meals. Water. Basically, don't eat when your body doesn't want it. If you fancy a bar of chocolate for the sake of it, because you want to taste something sweet, have it. Enjoy it. But don't go reaching for a second and a third one just because you're bored. We eat for nourishment and enjoyment, and when you have an overall balance of eating for nourishment and enjoyment, you don't have to worry about anything. Your body will if you look after your body nutritionally, your body will return the favor. Try and just get what you need out of the meals that you're cooking. Make tasty, nourishing meals where you are not actually hungry after the meal or in between meals. Self-care. Set time aside to take care of you. Check in with yourself, go for a walk, go to a class, or just sit and watch something that makes you laugh. Self-care is so, so, so important for our overall wellness, and it should be a habit that we practice every day, even if it's for 5 minutes every day. Because at the end of the day, we cannot take care of others unless we can take care of ourselves. There is a reason why when you're on an airplane, the safety guidelines say to you, if you are with a child, you put your own mask on before you put the mask onto someone else. Very important. Practice self-care. If you don't practice self-care, you are subconsciously telling yourself that you are not good enough. You are not worth it. And why would you want to look after something that you do not care about? It does make sense. And make mindful choices. Create options, and if you're stuck up against the wall, so what? You'll have another chance at your next meal. So making mindful choices and creating options. A couple of examples might be, whatever meal that you cook, if there's any leftovers, store it, freeze it. Put it in the freezer. So if you come home after a long day and you are simply not arsed cooking and you might want to go for a takeaway, you have the option between going to the freezer and ringing the takeaway. If you ring the takeaway, that's fine. That's a choice that you've made. When you ring the takeaway, eat slowly, stop when you're full. Just because you have paid for it doesn't mean that you have to eat absolutely everything to the point where your belly is busting. That's where the mindful choices comes in. It's not just about, oh, I have to eat healthy all the time. I need to eat when my body is telling me that I need to eat. I need to stop when my body is telling me when it's full, regardless of what is in front of you. And when I have the options, I will try and be mindful. If I'm ordering a curry, I'll have a diced breast curry instead of a regular chicken curry. I will have salad on the side of my meal instead of chips, because I already have carbohydrates in the main parts of the meal, starchy carbs. Be mindful. Be mindful of all of your habits. Making mindful choices doesn't take an awful lot of effort. It's just thinking, what are my options? And if I have no options, okay, never mind. I do have an option to slow down and stop when I'm full at any time. So, what habit are you going to start with? Have you been doing some of these already? What's the number one thing that you would like to work on? But make sure that you know that you can do it every day for the next 2 weeks. Then when you have that habit absolutely nailed, you add on another habit. I hope you found this video helpful. You take care. Bye.